So far we have seen how to write the prefix of an organic compound containing substituents. Now let's try to write the entire name of an organic compound. Keep in mind, when we have one carbon atom, that means meth, 2 shows eth, 3 we name it as prop, 4 is but, and 5 onwards it becomes easy, as you must have seen in maths. 5 means pent, 6 hex, 7 is for hept, 8 is for oct, 9 is non, and 10 is for dec. So we are given an organic compound. Let's try to write its IUPAC name. So the first step remains the same. We find the longest carbon chain. So this is the longest carbon chain. If we start the numbering from left, we'll get 1, 2, 3. The first substituent would be encountered at the third position. If we start the numbering from right, we'll get 1, 2. Both the substituents would be encountered at the second position. So by rule, we give the lowest number to the substituent. So we start the numbering from the right hand side. Now, while giving the prefix, we arrange the substituents alphabetically. Here we have 3 substituents: bromo, chloro, and methyl. So alphabetically, we first place bromo, that is 3 bromo. Then we place chloro, which is at the second position. And then we have the methyl group, which is at the second position. So this is the prefix for this organic compound. This shows the substituents present in the organic compound. Now, our second step is to find the root word. We get the root word by the number of carbon atoms present in the longest chain. In this case, you see that there are 5 carbon atoms in the longest carbon chain. And 5 shows pent. So the root word becomes pent. And since we see only single covalent bonds throughout, that means it is an alkane. So we get the suffix ane. So this is the name of this organic compound. It has 3 parts. That is, the first part is the prefix. This is for the substituents present in the organic compound. Then we have the root word. Which comes from the carbon atoms, the number of carbon atoms present in the longest carbon chain. And then we have the suffix. This comes as we see only single covalent bonds throughout. So we know this is an alkane. So while naming any organic compound, we have 3 parts. That is the prefix for the substituents present in the organic compound. Then we have the root word, which comes from the number of carbon atoms in the longest carbon chain. And then we have the suffix. If we see all single covalent bonds throughout, it is an alkane. So we use the suffix ane, that is ane. Let's take another example. Let's try to find out the IUPAC name of this organic compound. So the first step is to find the longest carbon chain. So we see this is the longest carbon chain. If we start the numbering from left hand side, we get 1, 2, 3. So the 2 methyl groups are present at position 3. If we start the numbering from right, we'll get 1, 2. So by rule, we give the lowest number to the substituents. So we start the numbering from the right hand side. Now we have to arrange the substituents alphabetically. So we see there are 2 substituents, that is chloro and 2 methyl substituents. So we have to arrange them alphabetically. So we first place chloro, which is at the second position. And then we have the 2 methyl groups, which are at the third position. Keep in mind, while arranging the substituents alphabetically, we take into account the first letter of the substituent name. The D is not considered. It only shows the presence of 2 methyl substituents. So we arrange the substituents alphabetically. And now we have to find the root word. The root word comes from the number of carbon atoms present in the longest carbon chain. In this, we have 5 carbon atoms in the longest carbon chain. So we see that 5 means pent. So we get pent. And we see single covalent bonds throughout. That means it is an alkane. So this is the IUPAC name of this organic compound. Let's do a question here. We are given an organic compound. What is the IUPAC name of this organic compound? Let's write the compound. The first step is to find the longest carbon chain. So we see this is the longest carbon chain. Now, if we start the numbering from left, we see 1, 2. The 2 bromine substituents are at position number 2. If we start the numbering from right, we'll get 1, 2, 3. So, in order to give the lowest number to the substituents, we start the numbering from the left-hand side. So, this is how we number the longest carbon chain. Now, we have to arrange the substituents alphabetically. So, we see 2 bromine substituents and 2 methyl substituents. So, B for bromo and M for methyl. So, we first place bromo and then methyl. The 2 bromo substituents are present at position 2. So, we get 2, 2 dibromo. And then we place the methyl substituents, which are present at position 4. So, there are 4. Both the methyl substituents are at position number 4. So, we write 4, 4 dimethyl. Now, this is the prefix of this organic compound. Now, we have to find the root word. The root word comes from the number of carbon atoms in the main chain. So, we see 6 carbon atoms in the longest carbon chain. 6 means hex. So, we get the root word hex. And since we see single covalent bonds throughout, that means it is an alkane. So, we use the suffix ane. So, this is the IUPAC name of this organic compound. So, while naming any organic compound, we have 3 parts. First, the prefix. This is to name the substituents present in the organic compound. Then we have the root word. The root word comes from the number of carbon atoms present in the longest carbon chain. And then the suffix. If we see single covalent bonds throughout, we use the suffix ane because that shows it is an alkane.